Alright, this will be the last exercise for today. Here we have a piecewise function. We want to find the slope of the tangent line at x equals 0. First thing I would do here is sketch a graph to really kind of understand what's happening. And keep in mind that that limit expression that we use to find these slopes is a two-sided limit. So it looks like the slope that we use the right-hand limit to get is going to be positive 3. It's certainly going to be positive. And it looks like the slope that we get using the left-hand limit is going to be much different than that. So it looks like just visually checking the graph, it looks like that there isn't going to be a tangent line at x equals 0. But to double check this, to be thorough about our answer here, we're going to do it algebraically like we've been doing. Okay, so writing everything out, here's what I mean. If this slope exists, this limit exists, then we should be able to look at the two-sided limits and they should equal one another. So that's what we're going to check here. Keep in mind that if you actually look at what f of 0 is equal to, you have to use this part, and so it's going to be equal to -2. Alright, so first we're going to check the right-hand limit. I've highlighted the function that's being used as we approach 0 from the right. I guess I should also point out too that it's not as x approaches 0, it's as h approaches 0 from the right. So what we're doing here is, if this is the x value in question at 0, and then h then would be going this way. So if it approaches 0 from the right, that means that x plus h is some distance to the right of 0. So that's what we mean when we're talking about a right-hand limit in this context. Alright, so at x equals 0, this is what we're looking at. And we evaluate f of 0 plus h as 0 approaches from the right. And we need to look at the 3h minus 2. Since 0 plus h is h, put h into the second part. So it's going to be 3h minus 2 minus -2 all over h. And again, I almost forgot, that's a limit. Okay, so this is going to be plus, that's going to cancel out, the h is going to drop out, and this becomes 3. Okay, so now we're checking the left-hand limit, and again, from the left side, h is now a negative value here. So what's happening is here we are at 0. If we're adding h, since h is a negative, we're actually going to the left side, and so we're going to be using the expression that's on the top of the piecewise definition here. Alright, so this becomes a limit as h goes to 0 from the left of h squared minus 2 minus -2 all over h. And again, this is going to cancel out. You're going to get h in the limit expression. So the limit as h goes to 0 from the left of h is 0. Alright, so since 0 does not equal 3, this limit does not exist. And so find the slope of the tangent line. There is none.